hello, and welcome back to our live stream. And as usual, every weekend, we have this live stream where I get to interview people from all around the world within the Prife community. And today we have two wonderful people from different continents, all right? Different continents, yes. Pretty exciting sharing from both of them. And to kickstart, I will introduce our guest from the US first, from California. And her name is Sierra Gale. But before we welcome her, I would like to briefly talk about her situation and get her to elaborate. Well, Sierra has a pretty rare, I would say, situation or condition called lichen sclerosis. And this problem is characterized by very itchy lesions on the vulva extending to the anus. So the skin is very white and crinkly and very sensitive. And periodically, she will get tears or fissures in the skin surrounding the vagina. So you can just imagine how uncomfortable she would have experienced. So without much further ado, can we all welcome Sierra? Hi, Sierra. Welcome. And you have to unmute. I'm sorry, I muted you a while ago. And yes, very good morning to you. And while she unmutes herself, Sierra, and very good morning to you. I know it's pretty early. It's 5:30 a.m. in California right now.
It is.
Very good morning to you. And thank you so much for waking up early, because I guess moving forward, you wanted people to know about how this amazing thing has helped you. Now, tell us about your condition, when it was first diagnosed, and how terrible it has been for you. Yeah.
Well, terrible in that nobody wants to be itching all the time, especially in that area. Yeah. So at first had symptoms probably maybe a year and a half ago, diagnosed by a gynecologist. And of course, Western medicine wants to give you steroids. I mean, that's the solution to a lot of Western medicine. And, you know, the skin was very sensitive. So in using steroids, of course, makes the skin more sensitive and thinner. So I really didn't want to use steroids. So I have been studying different forms of energy medicine for many years, because I've been in the holistic health field. And when this device came around that I learned about it, of course I bought one. And, you know, I didn't know that it was going to work on my lichen. I didn't know what it would do. You know, it was more like an experiment. So I just started.
If not, why not, right? I mean,
sure.
Just give it a go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do a lot of different things holistically. So this just fit right in. And I started using it, doing the protocol, the basic protocol, and spending a lot more time in the groin area. And then over a period of weeks, I noticed that the itching wasn't there anymore. The skin seems to be, well, the skin, you know, before it was just kind of like a white gray, kind of a real off looking lesion. Yeah. So the skin started turning, you know, more pinkish.
The origin, or the color, that it should be.
The color.
So yes. It was pretty unhealthy looking.
Yes, and no more itching, and the integrity of the skin is a lot stronger. So no more tearing or no more fissures.
Amazing. I mean, without the steroids, and this is an autoimmune system problem, right? That's why people use steroids when there's no cure.
Right, just because it's a lot of inflammation. So, oh goodness, it's really my mind.
I can imagine. Yeah, I know. I'm so glad that it's all behind you now, you know, like, and did you experience other amazing stuff about you?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I mean, just
did you like kind of like your skin glows, or I don't know, tell us about it more.
Okay, so I'm 71, and people don't think I'm 71. So I think it's, you know, I do on my face, and I think it's helping a lot. with my skin. I also have asthma, so I spend a lot of time wanding the lung area, front and back, and that's improved tremendously. Now,
Wow.
another thing is, I also have Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Yeah, another
Oh, wow.
autoimmune.
Yeah, heard about that one.
So I do wand my thyroid every day.
Mhm.
And I know that, when you put something topically on your skin, when you wand the area, it absorbs deeper into the skin. So I use black seed oil on my
Yep.
thyroid, and I've been wanting it. So I'm going to have my thyroid labs checked again, but I really think that I'm going to be able to decrease my thyroid meds.
Yeah, I know some people have been combining with different kinds of essential oils, and it seems to work really, even coconut oil. I don't know, all kinds of oil. So I'm glad it works for you. And is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers, how this thing has helped you?
Changed my life.
Yeah, change your life, and you can't live without it, right? And I understand you're using a premium, isn't it?
I have a premium. I started with classic, and then I decided I'm going to upgrade. So I'm not ready for the pro yet, or the bio, but
Yeah, amazing.
one more thing. So
Okay.
I've had a irritable bladder.
Oh.
Yeah, so I would wake up several times during the night to have to urinate. So what I've noticed in using the wand a lot in my groin area is that my bladder is not irritable now. That's something that's really subjective, but
I know.
I've noticed that.
But it will help you in your sleep. You don't have to wake up and, yeah.
Right.
That is tremendous. So thank you so much, Sierra, for coming forward to share your stories. And
sure.
wish you all the best. And
thank you.
May you look younger.
Thank you.
May you continue to look younger and younger. Thank you so much, Sierra.
Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Have a great day. All right, there you have it. And yeah, you never know. So if you have any problem, any situation that you kind of like don't know what to do, give it a go. All right, just give it a go. So our next guest is all the way from Ghana, but I understand he also has dual citizenship from Italy. And rather than I tell you all about his credentials, with this amazing gentleman, I'm going to invite him and let him tell you. All right, a charismatic person to talk to. Can we please welcome Reverend Francis? Hi, how are you? Good to have you.
Hello, Dr. James.
Yeah, and yes, it's really a blessing to have you in our live stream. And I was reading your credential, and wow, I'm pretty impressed. Not only you spend a great deal of time, but your education and your studies and everything is like, whoa, So tell us what you did in Italy for the viewers, to have an idea of where you come from.
Thank you very much, Dr. James, for this amazing work that you are doing. In fact, it is very amazing, I will say. I'm Reverend Francis Herzuah. I'm a professional with over 23 years of experience, extensive experience in Europe, particularly Italy. And I've contributed on various fields, especially in the area of health and also in the ministry as a servant of God. And currently, I'm full-time working as a servant of God, let's say, trying to fulfill the great commission that the Lord entrusts us to go ye all the world to send the good news and also to affect the life of the people. Thank you.
Yes. And apart from, preaching, I guess you also, you were in management. And amongst the things that you did was you also completed Masters in International Management in Rome Business School and a degree in Natural Medicine from the University of Parma in Italy. And you also spent a few years in the Italian hospital. Am I right? So yeah, I mean, it's quite diversified, where you come from in terms of your scope of work, apart from the theology and, the spiritual and the, so wow. Why Prife? I think the next question that a lot of people will be asking is why Prife? And something happened to your own family, and that's what got you involved in Prife. Can you tell us about particular, what happened to your son? Tell us about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. James, once again. Apparently, my passion is to lead people around the world achieving their health and wealth. That has been my passion all these years. And then this, remarkable occasion happened to my son, who endured a serious injury during a football match. And this unfortunate incident, in fact, made him have to go through 6 months away from active sports. In fact, it was a very moment that the family was, a little bit down, because he's somebody who is passionate as much as football is concerned. And it was at the same moment that I had the Prife iTeraCare 4 months earlier, but I have never opened it, because I was, a big skeptic about a friend just sent it to me 4 months before, but I've never opened it. So while this unfortunate incident happened, I was praying during the night, and then I heard a voice telling me that I should go for the Prife iTeraCare machine. In fact, I was obedient and I went for it. And then I was just blowing. In fact, I was then not having any experience. So whilst I was blowing, I was praying. So for 2 hours, I was blowing and praying. And this was a son that entered the room unable to even stand on the toe. So I was even wondering, how will he go to, the bathroom, washroom, if he wants to go and urinate? So in fact, it was something very disheartening. And then, so I blew about 2 hours. That is, we're using the iTeraCare, praying at the same time, and then I left him and went to sleep. So at about 5 a.m., I was sleeping and I saw somebody opening my door, and then it was my son. And then he just asking me, Daddy, I think I'm getting better. What did you do? And I just answered that I just pray for you, son, go and sleep. But I was very happy, because somebody that I was thinking how he could get up from the bed and go to the washroom to even, do any other thing, has managed to come to my room within just 2 hours. Then I saw that something, supernatural has happened. And that was what triggered my desire to look into this iTeraCare machine. And then that is how I got to,
Wow. That is a miracle. For your son who couldn't even stand up on his own to go to the washroom, to be able to recover now. And I think you mentioned to me that he's even better than before in his soccer, right? And wow. So I think when he had that injury, you lost all hope, because you relied on the hospital, the doctors to tell you, and basically there was nothing much they can do, right?
Apparently, they told me I should hope that at minimum 6 months he has to stay away from football. So we're all hoping for that. But to the God be the glory, my son came back just a month, 2 weeks instead of 6. So in fact, the doctors themselves and the team was amazed, and they were asking him, how did you, because it's like the x-ray that showed that he has to stay away from 6 months. Everything is showing you are okay and you can. And in fact, that has been even something to, for them to understand. But this is what the Lord can do. He makes the natural supernatural. And I think that's what.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And can you tell us the nature of your son's injury? Was it the spine, or what was the nature?
It was the lower vertebral bone. See, I think there was a fracture or something, because he went up and then landed very bad. And I think
so it was a bad fall, awkward position kind of fall.
Yep.
And wow.
Yeah, so, but thank God, with the help of the iTeraCare, and then God used it to heal him within that shortest possible time to bring him back stronger. He's stronger than before.
Reverend, someone who is strong in faith like yourself, and I always believe that everything happens for a reason. So your friend who sent you that iTeraCare device a few months before everything happened for a reason. He was just sitting there waiting to be tested, and true enough, unfortunately, it happened to your son, but thankfully also that it has helped. Well, tell us now, you have decided to perhaps grow this as a business to your friends and loved ones all over the world. I mean, tell us about it. What is your plan?
Yeah, exactly as you said, nothing happens, accidentally. I think it was a God's intervention that made my friend send that particular mind. But you know what? Anytime God is about to embark you on a mission, like David, he had to kill his Goliath before he became the king, So I think these are some of the tests that will come your way for the Lord to trust you, for you to have confidence in a particular thing, for you to be able to affect the life of the people. Apparently, my son's testimony has given me the confidence. I personally doesn't need anybody's testimony because I am the testimony. I've seen it myself.
Yeah.
And then just as it's a very good credential for you, especially the men of God, to go out there and speak about things that you are a testimony of it. So as I said, my passion is to lead a lot of people around the globe achieving health, wealth, and beauty. And also, I also have the vision to help the people around the world to achieve their prime, the prime of their lives. So with this iTeraCare, I see it's a message. And being a servant of God, we have also a divine task to go all the world to preach the good news. So Jesus was going around preaching the news and healing the sick. So I have seen that something has come as a tool that whilst going around with the gospel, the iTeraCare can also reach areas where, the people need the healing because the world is sick. And every home there is a sick person.
Amazing. Amen to that. Well, thank you so much, Reverend Francis, for coming forward to share, and may God continue to bless you and your family, and also help in the healing of many people around the world. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you very much.
Wow. So 2 different continents, but amazing results. And sometimes I'm just so amazed. And I guess that's what keeps me going in doing what I do, because it helps, many people around the world. And I'm just so happy whenever I see wonderful results. And I hope you are enjoying this. And please share it with all your friends and loved ones so that they too can benefit from this amazing product. Thank you, and see you next week. Bye.
Medical disclaimers. iTera Classic and iTera Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.